What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm Abe. This is EVE Online, and we're doing some mining. And just to show you the ship fitting that I've got so it makes sense of why I'm carrying some of the things I'm carrying, I am using modulated strip miner 2s, which also use mining crystals. So I've got those set up. I've got some anti-EM reinforcement fields, a field extender, and some Tech 1 invulnerability fields and sort of just overall dissipation fields and deflection fields and things. I'm using 2 mining laser upgrade 2s, and in my drone bay I've got 5 mining drones and some defense drones. So just enough to defend myself and get myself in and out. So what are we doing? Why are we here? What are we going to do? So I went over to fuzzwork.co.uk and I looked up the sort of the value of ore per cubic meter. And I did it, and I made sure to check the region that I'm in and lock that in on the website. And it tells me that in high security space, I'm probably going to be getting my best turnaround for the money with Plagia class. So I'm carrying Plagia class. Kernite is also pretty good, and so is Pyroxery. So I'm carrying crystals for that. Not a ton because they last for a while, and I don't need to be flying around with more than I need. So all right. So I'm in 0.5 space, which means I'll be able to find some of these. And my ship is pretty slow. And people have asked in the past why. My watch wants to know what is going on. People in the past have asked why I might want to, or why they might want to.
Warp drive active.
Why they might want to set bookmarks for mining. So I can travel. Well, I guess I'm warping now, so it's not very clear. But once I get there, I don't travel very fast. I think I travel somewhere at the maximum of like 200 meters per second. And as such, you'll find that you want to get into a very specific position when you're mining. And being able to come back, since my cargo hold, or my ore cargo hold anyway, is only 12,000 cubic meters, I'm going to want to be able to warp out and drop off my cargo and then warp back. So it looks like there are some NPC miners here, but I'm looking for Plagia class, and specifically I'm looking at this little icon here. I've organized it by name, and it looks like there's viscous pyroxeries here, but no. Let's come on, drones, come back in. I'm not going to mine here. I don't see any rich Plagia class, so I'm going to come down here. I'm going to try this belt.
Drive active.
And I've got my drones back. I've got 4 frigates that are attacking me, but I'm not overly concerned. I got hit for 2, 3. Yeah, I don't care. But they're jamming my targeting. Again, I'm not concerned because I'm just here to find what I want to find. So I'm looking for rich Plagia class, which is like the biggest and most, like the plus 10% version of Plagia class. That'll give me the most bang for my buck in as far as money is concerned. I've got the Plagia class crystals loaded up, and let's see. All right, somebody's here in an Orca, and there's no rich Plagia class there either. So, all right. Let's check Asteroid Belt 3.
Warp drive active.
Now you notice, you see all these wrecks here? That's why in the previous video we were talking about needing, or maybe wanting, a salvager. Because your drones will kill stuff, and that person is mining in an Orca, by the way. I mean, if that's what you have, then that's what you have. I personally, that's a little risky for me. I'm not sure I would put that much money at stake. All right, we're trying Asteroid Belt 3. I'm picking odd numbers because I feel like people probably normally would err towards even numbers. It's just a weird thing in my head. And it's as good as any way to sort of pick a viscous pyroxeres. Okay, that's not bad. There's one rich plagioclase. And maybe what we can do is we'll go to these azure plagioclase just to keep. Okay. So we've got some drones. Where are we going? And I don't even need to target them. My drones get irritated when things attack me. And so they're pretty much taken out. All right, so they killed one. Yeah, and I'm traveling at 187 meters per second, so I'm not going anywhere quickly. Once I get within range of, like, I need to be within 15 kilometers of the asteroids that I want to mine. And so I try to get sort of as close as I can, and then just... All right, so those two are the two. If I'm moving towards this one, they're relatively close. So, okay, I'm going to turn one laser on one and the other laser on the other. I'm going to bring in my drones and I'm going to send the mining drones after this one that I'm headed towards. And so they're going to fly off. They'll do some mining. They'll come back and drop it in my cargo hold, and then they'll keep going. All right. So once I've got this position that I'm happy with, like this is not the warp in, and once I've got a good position, and I'm going to create a bookmark for myself right near here because I've got 3. Maybe 4 or 5 that I can get to. I'm going to stop my ship. I'll save this location. Let me delete this one. And I'll just add it, and I'll say Azure plagioclase mining. Yeah, that's fine. So now I've got this bookmark. So in the future, once I fill up my cargo hold, we'll be able to go back, dump our load, and then come back out and drop right here instead of having to slow boat back over here, figure out where we were, what we were doing, and going right back at it. So that's kind of it. So now I sit here and I try to fill my cargo hold. I've got the drones drop off. It looks like 485 units per cycle. And we can inspect them if we're curious about kind of what that cycle time looks like. Yeah, they mine 34.13 and they do it in 60-second bursts. These do their cycles in 162 seconds, and it started out at 180 and it's down to 162 based on what modules I have and the skill bonuses that I've got and other things like that. So you can see we're almost done with one cycle of the main mining lasers, and then they return to drop off their loot, so to speak, or their ore. And there we are, we're at 970. And both of these lasers are finishing up. And that should jump substantially. And there we go. Now we're at 3,054. So it'll effectively take us 4 cycles of these main lasers, in addition to the mining drones, like to fill up our cargo hold or our ore hold, and then. Hey, what's that guy doing? Hey, get out of here. This is my asteroid. Point of note, you don't want to attack the NPC mining corporations unless you have a fleet there to defend yourself with. things can get ugly very quickly. Now I'm keeping the view at the mining view here, or at the combat view, because I want to know if some player shows up, because I'm neurotic like that. And if somebody in a catalyst shows up, I will probably go and leave. So I'll figure out where my dock is. I will align to it so that I can get out as quickly as possible. And then I'll stop my ship. And that way, if I need to leave, I can do so very quickly. So I'll set that destination. And that way it turns yellow. But that's pretty much it. So I've got this bookmark where I am. I'm mining at 2 different asteroids. And just to cover all of my bases, because I'm, I want to make sure that if one runs out, I'm covered. I've got these other 2 here that I can swap to. I could, run around here with a scanner and figure out which asteroids have the most remaining, ore in them, but it's not in my fit, as you saw previously. And I don't know. I'm not overly concerned about that. So now, if you remember us talking about like what an orca and what fleet mining looks like in the previous videos, you can see that the NPCs have pretty much set this up. You've got this joint harvesting bestower in the middle, and they've got harvesting ventures spread throughout the belt, harvesting things. And this guy is presumably collecting, what everyone else is mining. And I just saw somebody with a yellow skull show up. And I am going to use this directional scanner. Let's see what I can find here. Venture, procure, Condor. Yeah, all right, we're relatively safe at the moment. But let's keep it locked on the combat window just so we can see anybody coming. We've done 2 full cycles so far, and you can see that the crystal takes damage, and that's the indicator that you have that it's, that it has a life to it. So this one's 5% damaged, this one's 3% damaged. And that's most likely because I hit F1 before I hit F2. Oh well. So we're about halfway full on the ore hold. Yeah, and then a lot of it's just waiting around, and if you're comfortable, sort of multitasking, then you can do that. You can watch something next to you and mine and make money in the process, and yeah. And just kind of take it easy. Once you get yourself a system and you get into a rhythm, it can be very relaxing. You're not gonna, I'm not making a ton of money this way, but you can make more if you mine in a fleet, and definitely a lot more if you mine in low sec. So Plagia class, as an example, gives you 261 ISK per cubic meter, right? So 261 times 12,000 looks like it's, it should wind up somewhere in the 2 million or whatever. But it can go as high if you're mining mercoxit, which is the sort of the rarest ore that you'll only find in nullsec or wormhole space. That's 882 ISK per cubic meter. And you've got Arcanor, Bistots, Spodomain, and some of these others at 453 ISK per cubic meter, 481, 305. Nice is one that you get 398 for, 313 for Jaspit. So, you know, everything is still looking good. We've got like one more cycle to get through and we're full. So this way, I don't need to remember that I'm in, number 8, asteroid belt 3. I can just, warp back to my bookmark and keep on mining. I like the idea of having these drones mine for me. I mean, they don't obviously pull it in ridiculously quickly, but it's very effective. I like it. Yeah, the Guristas didn't like me killing them. That's understandable. We are almost done with this last cycle. Just another, 15 to 20 seconds, I would guess. And then we should be done. And we're done. All right. We'll call our drones back in. And we missed out on a little bit there. Let's cut that off. 10% damage versus 3% damaged. Yeah, there's something fishy going on there. But regardless, we will go and drop off our ore, and then we can come back and just pick up right where we left off. But that's pretty much it. Now, if you want to do this Harvester's Hall series of missions repeatedly, mine something that takes up the smallest amount of volume as possible, like Veldspar or Scordite. So Plagioclast takes up 0.35, like each unit of Plagioclast takes up 0.35 cubic meters, whereas each unit of Veldspar takes up 0.1 cubic meters. So you can fill up that 100,000 ore pretty quickly mining Veldspar if that's what you want to do. And the return on it isn't terrible. I mean, it's 188, 189 ISK per cubic meter.
Docking request accepted.
Yeah, there we go. So that's it. That's pretty much all you need to know. If you have any questions, or I don't know, if you want to mine together somewhere that is convenient and safe, let me know. Hit me up in the comments and let me know if there's something that you want to hear about or learn about or see me do or do with me. And we will see if we can get that set up. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.